Yo, what is up, everybody? I am the host of the Trash Talk Monday panel podcast of Geeks Fiber. I completely screwed all that up. I know we're late. I know, but we're starting on that colored people time. You know how it is. You know how it be. You know how we do. Joining me as always is the man, the myth, the legend, the icon. This is the guy that you would come to on the day of his daughter's wedding to ask him for a favor on the day that is the day of his daughter's wedding. The one, the only, the Don.
Yo. Well, since we talk about my art today, it's actually Don Day the Dragon. Not just playing.
I'm going to call you the Don.
The Don. Actually, I have them call me that at work for reasons.
Bro, you should roll with that. Like that's like a wrestler's name. Like, listen here, let the Don tell you. The Don ain't taking no more shit. The Don will lay the smack down on your candy ass.
And I was going for more the first part you saying, you came to me to the day of my daughter's wedding to ask me for a favor. I did it at work once. They're like, why do you go by Don? I was like, well, you can call, because a friend of mine, his name was Donald. I said, you call him Don, you can call me the Don. They're like, oh, like the mafioso? And I just look at him like, what do you do outside of work? Don't worry about that. There's a thing called what was implausible deniability, so I want y'all to keep that. So
like, just don't worry about it, bro. There's a reason why I can afford that car on minimum wage.
I know, definitely. But as always, thanks for having me on. Representing the Black Table Podcast usually, but now I'm representing myself on this one a little bit more.
Yeah, that's right. What's up? What's going on, everybody? I want to give a quick shout out to Chad, the musical artist, who's going to be joining me tomorrow to promote his music. Ooh. Another artist. Also I want to let everybody know this is Mental Health Awareness Month. So please, if you are having any issues with your mental health, seek a doctor or seek help. Us at the Geeks Fiber Podcast are always here for you.
Yeah, never be ashamed to ask for help. Even if it seems hard, there's somebody who can talk you through it.
Remember, as a wise man once said, I am too drunk to taste this fried chicken. It's Colonel Sanders. That's from Talladega Nights. It's a random quote. Now I'm
about to say, how are you too drunk to taste fried chicken? That's the best part of the chicken. No, just play. No. Every time I get drunk, by the time I'm drunk, it's too late to get fried chicken because they're closed. See, you gotta go advance with it. You gotta think ahead of time.
I'm Mexican.
Before you go.
We don't think in advance.
I'm about to say you gotta get the chicken before you get drunk, or be like me, just have the chicken ready, just throw it in the oven and just crank it up.
Bruh, I can't cook, so the microwave's the chef.
Do you need some lessons from Chef Homeboy RD?
By the way, we were talking about that. So Don here goes by Chef Homeboy RD.
That's one of my many nicknames I've gained over the years.
It's better than mine. Well, they call me Chef Broke RD.
I was gonna say like Don Day the Dragon. That came from one of my friends' jealous boyfriends, because he felt like, because I'm always helping her, he felt like I had ulterior motives. Like, don't get me wrong, my friend she was I don't want to say like she wasn't attractive. She was all right. Like, I could see the appeal to her, but she's a friend who needed help. So like I used to drop her off at his house, and so he'd get mad because he's the jealous type, and he was like, yo, Donde the Dragon trying to get in them draws. And I said, excuse me, what the fuck he called me? She's like, Donde the Dragon? I said, oh my God, best nickname ever. Do you know I like dragons? Oh my God. I'm making an email right now, and dondethedragon@gmail.com.
So there's a whole new meaning to the word Enter the Dragon.
Oh, yes. My favorite part is his name was Tony, so he called me Donde the Dragon. I'm like, yo, Tony the Tiger. And he's like, and then he looks at her and is like, he likes that name. She's like, he's ecstatic. He like hasn't stopped talking about it. And it was funny, like for a good like a year, me and him became best of friends. Like he'll call and check up on me, and I'll be confused as shit. I'm like, sir, why are you calling me? And he's like, oh man, I'll just see how you're doing. Because I guess he finally came to terms like I was legit trying to help her, not doing anything extra. And I was like,
right.
Yeah. Thanks for calling. He's like, man, you stay safe out there. It's like, you too. It's like, this is awkward as fuck. What am I supposed to do in this situation?
Before we continue on any further, I would just like to, I want to have a moment of silence. Everybody, if we could just all have, please, a moment of silence. Because the word thick is no longer on your backboard.
Oh, no, actually for you?
Bruh!
It's
yes!
thicker.
There is a God.
It was funny because, like, it was the other week, because, like, everything happened. I was like, you know what? Just for Jesse, I'm going to come through. I'm going to make it all pretty.
You got to add that lisp in it, too, like a stutter, like...
Thick. I should
thick.
throw some extra T's in there for you. But I was like, no, I'm just put the 3 capital C's, like all good things should be.
Yeah, no, so I'm eating while we're doing the podcast. That's why we're running late. And bruh, I bought this Italian sandwich what did I say it was?
Italian something.
Italian style garlic panini.
There you go.
This shit is 75% fucking bread. Bruh, I feel like I'm a fucking nun or some shit. Can't eat meat. Are nuns the ones that can't eat meat? I forgot.
Those are usually most monks.
Right.
Especially like Shaolin. I think they have a straight vegetarian diet. Let's see.
We are going to... Okay, so Don, thank you for joining us, man. I know that you're on the show a lot and you represent the Black Table Podcast, but today you'll be repping yourself, talk about some of your some of the things you do, some of your hobbies, some of your profession, like as an artist, overall story writer, actual pen and paper, digital artist. So before we begin, though, I don't know if we've gotten some new subscribers, some new viewers. I don't know if they're going to watch this or not, but I would like for you to share with us a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, so starting off, of course, go by Don. We'll leave the real name out of here. So my whole thing is someone randomly inspired me at my actual workplace, like my main income. They always saw me draw, and they're like, why don't you share your drawings more? And I was like, I never thought about that. So like you said, I started with pen and paper, and I kept trying to push myself to learn different art techniques. So for one, at one point, I couldn't draw the same thing multiple times. Like after I draw it one time, it's done. I can't remake it, can't nothing. And so the first thing I did was I said, first, I'm gonna design a character. Then I am going to repeatedly draw this character until like I get her facial expression or get their facial expressions down and everything. And I mainly draw like female characters because that kind of explains it all.
I think that's interesting because I draw mostly male characters. So I have I have trouble drawing female characters.
And that's a lot of friends tell me like they do male characters, I do female characters. Like, yo, if we ever need to exchange, I even try to. I think one of the pictures I had forwarded to you was my attempt at male characters. Like I can do it, but I have to like focus. But it started off with me just trying to repeatedly draw this one character. Her name's Dratanya. She's the one with the red hair. If you have all the pictures loaded up, and I just kept repeatedly drawing her. And then one page, like I have a sketchbook just full of pages where it's just her and different facial expressions. Then I was like, Dratanya seems kind of interesting because the first picture I have is her basically in shackles in like one of those those casino bunny girl outfits. And I was like, I'm just randomly threw out a story talking about, oh, she just got in trouble and somebody locked her down, and so she has to pay up her debt. But then you see on the picture she's blowing fire at somebody. And I was like, and then I just kept drawing and drawing. And next thing you know, I was like, hold on, she needs an opponent. So I draw her like older, supposed to be her older, more aggressive sister. And then it kind of spiraled out of control after that. So I started just making characters and making like you mentioned, like making a storyline. So I have this storyline building about my character Dratanya. Basically, it's like a sci-fi meets magic type storyline, and I just keep building off of that. And while I was doing that, I just started drawing like random stuff because you gotta branch out every now and then. So I started drawing different things, And now another story was born, and even before that, way before those characters, I had created several different storylines, which I had paused at the moment because like it was from like years ago, and basically redoing these stories. I actually found old sketchbooks, and if you do follow me, like on most of the stuff is on Instagram, but I opened up a TikTok, both of them Donde the Dragon underscore art, so you can watch like TikTok videos. I sometimes do like the time lapse where you see me start the picture to from start to finish of a picture, the coloring and everything. Um, and it's just like I just keep expanding it. Like some people actually has watched me as I went from pen and paper to digital and keep learning my new techniques. I just dropped a picture the other day from one of the people who basically was kind of you could say behind me, kind of trying to like, hey, you're doing a good job, push forward. She appreciated that I appreciated her liking my stuff, so how to say it comes full circle.
Mm-hmm. I have a question. Okay, so you said you've been working on stories. You said you have several stories.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm the same way. I have a story. I kind of have it mapped out, but I've rewritten it so many fucking times. I cannot even begin to imagine how many times. Because I can tell you how many books. I had one long story. And it was like 15 fucking books long.
No, I was looking. I was like, I got a book right here somewhere, but I have moved some stuff around. But I know definitely that was one of the things I ran into as well. Like the Jotanya story, actually like how to say it, the main plot stays the same. So like my process is make an ending, and I work backwards. So I know how I want it to end, and the only thing I do is fill in the space and basically make the beginning. So since I know the ending, I know the beginning, I'm just making stuff in the middle. I end up changing the storyline, and it makes it easier for me to change the storyline back and forth to because like long as the ending is going to be the same no matter what, the middle part is where I like interchange things. So at first, Jotanya, her sister, Draconia, she's supposed to be like the main opposing force.
Mm-hmm.
And then I pulled a Disney while writing out the story to make Jotanya like really hostile and stuff because it's supposed to be like she doesn't like humans and so forth. I start writing it out, and I was like, wait, this would be a better origin story for her sister than her, and like have my character not be so hostile. Because like in a lot of my pictures, my character's not hostile except like on like certain ones. And unfortunately, when you see, well, not even unfortunately, I drew her that way. When you see Draconia, you just constantly see her, or the art that I do, she just looks angry all the time, or she looks like she's up to something. So I expanded the story once again. It's like, okay, why is this character angry? Why is she so hostile towards certain situations? And like when I wrote out the story to basically put it as my main character is going through it, I rewriting it so the other characters go through it, and it's going to be like one of those weird like back and forth like how to say flashback type of things for a little bit, and I'm gonna basically fill it out even more. Like I mentioned, the beginning I already got, the ending I already got. I just got to make that middle make sense to make it to the end.
I will say this: I am structuring my story the same way. I have the ending already, or at least I think I do, because I'm always adding to it. Like, oh, I can expand on this, I can expand on that. Or maybe that's not the way I really wanted it to end.
Oh yeah, making multiple endings, and you just got to choose the one that feels right. Because I have one story where it's supposed to be multiple endings, and then like it's one of those really old stories that I wrote. Like I already know how it's supposed to end, but I was like, what if I don't end it that way? I can end it this way instead, and then expand on how to get there as well. It just it just takes time and effort.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's like I don't know, because when I was writing my story, like I said, it was 15 fucking books, and in the 15 books, there's a reboot. Like there's a canon reboot that kind of starts it all over again, but takes it in a different direction. Kind of like Mortal Kombat.
Not the recent one, right? No, just playing.
No, not the movie. I mean the games.
No. Oh, is it 9 and 10? This is when they did the reboot?
Yeah, 9, 10, and then we're at 11. And now 11's not a reboot. It's a continuation because I don't know. It's
yeah,
so fucking confusing.
I stopped following the storyline after was it Shaolin Monks. That's when I kind of stopped back on the PS2 days. I was like, all right, y'all getting too convoluted with the story. Y'all had it simple, now y'all just making it crazy.
Well, that's why they did the reboot. And the reboot, it was great. It was great until the last one. And now it's just like, huh? But with that being said, I mean, like, writing a story is very fucking difficult because you don't, when you're writing it, you don't know how the audience is going to react to the character. You don't know if they're going to like the character. You don't know if they're going to like the supporting characters. You don't know. All right. Because when you kill off, like, we could easily kill off any character we want.
Mm-hmm.
But do we kill this character off? Should we kill this character off? And how will it advance the story?
See, well, for mine, at first, that's actually what made my storylines get so, like, convoluted and, like, hard to write. Because I was worried about how somebody's going to take the story. And then I turned around and, like, to make it easier on myself, and I've said that to, like, people, like, like the new Mortal Kombat movie and, like, some of the, those movies where somebody's taking something that you already know and love and then showing you their version of it. And I was like, if I want this to be my way, then I should, pay the money and make this movie my way. Like the latest Mortal Kombat movie, like there's there's tiny bit of good parts. Like I cracked jokes and I gave it a 7.5 because the last soundtrack like was bumping, but truthfully I gave it like a 6 because like I know so much, the costumes and all that. Like I gave it credit for where it did have credit, and I have people that got mad and was like, it deserves a 3, it deserves a 2. And my first question is why? Because it's not like you wanted it to be. And they're like, yeah, it should be like this. And I say, well, you don't pay the money for it, so you can't really call out what they did or did not do right. You watched the movie, they got what they needed from you, so you can't make a call on it. So basically what I'm getting at is on my storylines, I worry about the audience to be entertained, but at the end of the day, it's going to be my call. This is my story I'm delivering to you, and if you like it, you'll keep reading it. If you don't, you'll stop at that point.
Right, like, absolutely.
Yeah, it will suck to lose you. Don't get me wrong, like some corporate talk for my job. It'll suck to lose you, but this is how I'm going to do my thing. This is how my story is going to be delivered to you. Like I have a storyline where I purposely bring a character in for you to love. Like she's adorable. She's the best to describe her. She's a short, thick chick, and she just comes in, and the only thing she does is just be silly, goofy, basically make you fall in love with her. And on one part of my story, she's gonna get killed, and it's gonna be brutal and bloody, and I did it on purpose. It's like she has to die for this next part of the story to work. And then I told somebody that, and they go, you purposely make a character that people love to die? I say, exactly.
Final Fantasy VII did it.
Final Fantasy did it, and people still talk about it. Unfortunately, my favorite character is the one who did it. So,
hey, there's nothing wrong with that. Everybody has their favorite character. Like I do not like anybody from Final Fantasy VII.
Like my boy, number one character, of course, like one of your viewers, Didi. Favorite character, of course, is Sephiroth, followed by what's his name? Vincent, followed by like Barrett, followed by like it kind of goes down the list. And towards the bottom of the list is, of course, is Cloud. I just like his character design. Him as a character, until the recent remake, I didn't really dig him at all because he felt so fucking bland. Like, ugh.
I don't know. Final Fantasy to me felt like the creator came to America one day. He's like, you know what? I'm going to go to the mall. And he goes to the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Then he walks into Hot Topic. And then he sees the guy working behind the counter. He's like, that's my next villain.
He got his villain from Hot Topic. I'm done. Oh, God. That's beautiful.
So everybody's like, oh, my life sucks. It's like, I don't know. It just seemed very generic. There are the Final Fantasy games that I like. It's not that I hate 7. I just didn't really like it.
It didn't appeal to you as much.
No. I mean, it's an okay game. Is it because I played Tactics before I played 7, and Tactics has a better story, and it's a really good game.
It has a very I played War of the Lions, the Final Fantasy Tactics for the PSP.
That's the original.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's one I played.
The War of the Lions for the PSP is a remake of the original.
Okay, yeah, so that's the one I played, which, yeah, that storyline is way better.
It's dark because, like, if you finish the game, what it says in the game that as you take off with your sister, weeks or months go by, and one of your friends that helped you in the war actually got burned at the stake for treason. Like, all of your friends were murdered for helping. And I'm like, God damn.
Hey, they try to push that story. It's like, but those are like the best examples of like like you were mentioning what's her name, Aerith. Everybody's just like, oh, Aerith, the flyer girl, da 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 da. She dies. Everybody freaks out. Even like with the remake, there were people posting jokes talking about they're gonna pull a that one company, EA, and you want to save Aerith. There's a $20 DLC. Yeah, $20 DLC to save her life. I'm like,
no, hold on, sorry. Let me stop you right there. Mm-hmm. It's $20 DLC to save Aerith, but it's $24.99 on the PS5.
Yeah, you're right. That one penny go far, dog. You right. Don't forget that weird ass sales tax they got. That's like 0.5% or something like that. So it's not just $24.99. It's like $26.01 or something.
No, I after researching finances and how to do taxes, I found out that the reason why a lot of companies put $9.99 are like $19.99 is to fuck with your head.
Oh, it is. It completely is. I learned that from like multiple jobs, and it's mainly for the fact of that it's because you don't see that last dollar amount. So, what was it? I think it was Die Antwood. They did a sketch where the girl walks up to this kid. She's like, "You like boobies, right?" And the kid's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Hey, how about this? $13." And he's like, $13? What the fuck? She's like, "Well, for you, $12.99." And he's like, And it's like,
sorry.
You're not. No, you're right. You're right. Because I laughed at it because everybody's like looking at the dollar amount itself. So you hear $12.99 versus 13, you're thinking, oh, 12, that's less. Like there's a post going around talking about was it the one of the biggest failures from like Americans being stupid. A&W, just in case you didn't know, had restaurants, and A&W had the third pound burger. And because it said 1.3 instead of 1.4, people thought 1/3 of a pound was less than 1/4 of a pound. And so they never really bought the burger. They stayed going to the place to get the quarter pounder. Exactly. Like simple math. People just like, well, 4 is bigger than 3, so 4 has to be more. But if you know fractions, you know that that's not correct.
My head hurts.
It does, doesn't it? Now, trust me, I catch myself a lot of times looking at certain things, and I'm like, hold on, let me think about it, because I'm looking at the flashy letters and shit. Let me.
Bruh, like, I don't know. Maybe that's I don't know. Maybe because we grew up poor.
It's not even. No, it's literally because of basic. People stick with the basics of math. Mm-hmm. 3 is less than 4, so they're going to assume 1/3 of a pound is less than 1/4. But if you know fractions, you take a pie, you divide it up. If you divide a pie in 4, that's 1/4. But if you divide it in 3, you get a bigger section. They don't understand that part.
But is it real? Is that really the fault of people just sticking to basic math, or is that just the fault of, I don't have common sense and I don't really think about it?
I feel like it's both.
Because like today, the reason why I say that, because today, when I bought my food to eat, mm-hmm. I was at the grocery stores at self-checkout because, I steal.
You don't say that out loud. Remember, you need possible deniability.
No, I actually paid for everything because I can't steal from Kroger's. They follow me.
Exactly.
Like they fucking follow Kroger's. Fuck them bitches. Anyways, fuck Kroger's. So I'm there, and the girl next to me, she's paying for her shit. She scans one item, and then she can't figure out why the machine's not working. Because the machines are extra sensitive. As soon as you scan something, you have to put it directly on the bagging area, on the scale. Yeah. So she's wondering why. No, she can't scan it. She's wondering why it won't fucking scan. Excuse me. Hi. The machine's not working. I can't scan my shit. So the girl comes over there. She looks at the machine and then looks at her, and she looks like she wants to quit her fucking job. She's like, okay. She lifts the girl's purse off the scale, and then the machine works again.
Nope.
And the girl's like, "Oh, my! I didn't realize my purse was there." I'm like, "You put it there."
Not paying attention, dog. It's the little details in life you got to pay attention to. Because like I said, like the 1/4 and versus 1/3, the $13 versus $12.99. It's all a mental game, and like, needless to say, people are simple. Like I ain't gonna lie, like half the time I just be like, if I ain't gotta think, I ain't gonna do it.
I know, and sometimes, you know what? I'm not gonna lie, life can be overwhelming. Sometimes just something happens you don't think. Like one day, I was in my car and I was like, "Oh fuck, did I leave my cell phone at the gym?" It was in my hand.
So I'm gonna say funny part before you jump back, like go over a little bit more of the art. So a friend of mine, she was on the phone talking to her friend, and she's getting ready to go, and she's talking to her friend, and she starts freaking the fuck out, going all over the house. I'm like, what's going on? And she's like, my phone, anybody see my phone? Oh my god, where's my phone? And she's running back and forth in the house with her phone in her hand, talking to her friend. Hey, have y'all seen my phone? Her friend, I love this woman, goes, hey, have you tried looking here? She knows she's on the phone with the girl, but forcing her to look all over the house for her fucking phone. And I just look at her and I go, are you really looking for your phone? She goes, yes. Why are you being this way? I say, are you looking for your phone? Are you serious right now? You're looking for your phone. And she goes, I don't know why you're being that. Puts phone to her ear. Hey, fuck you. And you just hear, and I'm like,
oh, shit. I don't think I've ever gotten that bad, but I have forgotten that my phone is in my pocket sometimes.
One time, I'm not gonna lie. One time I was getting ready to go, like I had my phone in my hand, and then like when you get so used to something being there, especially like with this type of stuff, I was sitting there. I go, "Where's mine? Never mind." They're like, "What?" I was gonna say my phone, but then I looked down, and here it is. So, but my, the only benefit is I didn't look all over the house for my damn phone when it's sitting in my hand.
Oh, like so, I'll admit though, sometimes I have legitimately put my phone in a spot I would never look. Like I accidentally put my fucking phone with my video. I actually put it. I slid it into the DVD shelf with my games, and it was in there like a fucking video game. I was like, "What the fuck was I thinking?"
I would say, like, only time I lose my phone is because I like almost everything black. I see black shirt, black phone case, and so like I threw it on top of my black clothes, and I'm sitting here like looking all over the place. I'm like walking by.
Don't forget your black window curtain.
Yep, see, black on black, everything. You know what I'm saying? When I say Black Table Podcast, this is what not. But and now because I let the government listen on me because I don't have nothing to hide. Now I got the whole the little Google setup. Just I gotta ask, where's my phone? And then half time it'll go off and I just see it glowing on top of all the black clothes, and I'm like, I think I need to expand my wardrobe a little bit, add some more color.
Just a quick public service announcement.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you out there that refuse to get the vaccination, I don't care if you get it or not. If you refuse to get it, that's one thing. But if you're refused to getting the vaccine because you're afraid that the government is planting a tracking device up your ass, I hate to break it to you, but if you have an Instagram, a YouTube,
you have a cell
Facebook,
phone
if you have a cell phone, you have a Google if you have Alexa, if you have a PlayStation,
If you have any electronics that connects to the internet.
right, anything at all, they can track it. But there is one way to avoid them tracking you, and that's with ExpressVPN. They should sponsor me.
I was waiting for it too. I was like, hold on. I feel like this is a plug for something else. All right, let's go.
Let's go. Yeah. I got that 5G working now. That means you get better internet service than you would with a AT&T or Xfinity. No, but we were talking about art. We're talking about writing stories because, working on my story, there are a couple of characters that I'm going to kill that I know it's going to piss off the audience. And I did that on purpose, not because I want to. Okay, yeah, it's like half I want to piss them off.
You need them to feel emotion at that moment. Because think about it. If you have a story, because one of the things I already said is like, if you have a story and the entire story is just like happy-go-lucky, when you get to the end of the story, they're just going to bitch about how, like, nobody died, nobody did this. Or I hate to say it, like DBZ. When people die in DBZ, I don't even accept it anymore. I'm like, they'll be back. They're just gonna get Dragon Balls. Like DBZ has made death to me like
meaningless.
Man. Yeah, exactly. It's like nobody actually dies here for long, unless it's to drive the story, which it'll only be temporary. Like when Goku, or like Cell games, when Goku died and they're like not wishing him back, I was sitting there like, no, like I was shocked. And then what happened? They wish him back anyway. I'm like,
well, that's why I like the introduction of the gods. Like when they can kill somebody, they don't just kill you; they kill your soul.
Oh yeah, they just wipe you from existence.
Right. So you can't come back unless they use the Super Dragon Balls because Zeno was like wiping out multiverses.
I was just about to say my favorite one of all, like Thanos says, there are no revives this time.
It's for keeps.
Exactly.
Well, no, okay, because when I was writing my story, so I wanted to add a lot of cliches and kind of shit all over them. Like, the cliche of friendship makes you stronger. Like, my character, like, I'm not, okay, so I'm going to spoil a little bit, but there's three main characters, and so one of them is the first main character. It's kind of like a JoJo Bizarre Adventure kind of scenario where it's different main characters for different stories. But so the first one takes over and he's fighting the villain or his villain, and he's just getting his fucking ass handed to him. And then he gets like he somehow gains a boost in his strength, his stamina, his speed, everything gets boosted because the villain was gonna kill his friends. And so he gets like a boost, and then he gets stronger. And then he attacks the villain, and the villain's like, "You are still, you." Oh, it's like, "Congratulations, you made me use 9%. You made me go from 9% to 11%." Then just proceeds to beat the shit out of him again.
I'm sorry, that's just horrible, and I love it.
Like, oh, it was like, oh, I told you, because they explain why the hero like could never be as strong as the villain. Like, oh, like no, it doesn't matter how many friends, how many human emotions, doesn't matter if you transform into a god or if you transform into this. Our power is based on how old we are, and you will never match my power.
Oh, all right.
Like, the older I am, the stronger I am, and I am like hundreds and hundreds of years old, and you're 18. And then he just beats the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, really? You really making fun of that cliche?
Oh yeah,
no kid comes fight this guy who's been alive for thousands of years, and friendship is power. Not today.
No, not
I like
today.
it. I love it.
Not today. But like, it's cool because like you said about writing the ending first. I wrote the ending first because the first two books that I'm writing happen simultaneously. They actually directly affect each other. Because there's a
alternate timeline type of thing.
No. Actually, they're like in the first book when he's fighting when they're in the final battle, he says he senses another fight happening 1,000 miles away.
Oh.
And it distracts him. And that fight directly affects the events in the first book, certain events in the first book, where the fight in the first book actually affect the second book drastically as well.
Nice.
So they affect each other. That's very hard to do, by the way. I don't know if you ever had to do something like that simultaneous, like where stories kind of happen at the same time, and you have to be very careful so you don't contradict yourself.
Yeah, because I want to say I've noticed it in like watching movies. A good example of that would be if you watched a movie, was it called Tenet?
Mm-hmm.
Where basically when you're watching the movie, it's literally it's one timeline that's going on, but at one point the timeline starts reversing and you start seeing like different parts or different section of the story, and then you see like it plays out differently for like each person. Like one alteration can end up unraveling the entire thing type of situation. So definitely, if you want an idea for it, because I just watched it today, I was like, yo, this is actually a pretty interesting movie. I watched the
Mm-hmm.
whole thing play out, and I was like, yo. At one point, I was sitting there like, hold on, let me focus, let me rewind. Like, you got to pay attention because like they'll do like something just small little detail and just be like, all right, this is actually what happened because X, Y, and Z happened.
Right.
And
There's
once it's
actually. I want to. Is there some details about your book or your story that you're willing to share?
the one for Jatanya, since I took you like mostly the art for Jatanya, um, so I wanted to start off like for me, I like to start the story off randomly, like randomly in the story, and then actually start the story. So the story starts off like basically there's a dark room, and then you hear a character talking, or technically you hear my character Jatanya talking, and she's basically threatening everybody because they captured her and chained her up. And so it's like it starts in a dark room, and you hear "Let me loose, or I'm gonna kill all of you." And then she's a fire dragon or dragonkin, if you are into like the D&D type stuff. So she's basically part dragon with a human form or whatever, and she blows out a certain color of fire. And then she basically semi-negotiating, semi-threatening them. Like, okay, fine, fine, fine. I won't kill you all, but if you let me go by your own will, I will only injure you slightly. And then she breathes a different color fire. And then, like, at the end, she makes, like, one last threat. She's like, let me go. I'm just kill everything and everyone that you love. And she blows fire one last time, but it's blue flames. Got to show the importance of it. It's supposed to be hotter. So she blows blue flames, and then you see a figure pop up and finds out like it's her dad. He's the chieftain, and basically the beginning of the story is basically she has to learn how to interact with humans because the whole situation happened where it's supposed to be deeper into the story. So that's like that part I won't share. Something happened. She ended up hurting a bunch of humans, so she's forced to go to the human realm to actually be with humans, or she can't ever come back home.
That's interesting. I will share this though. There's a story. So I'm working on multiple books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to share two of them with you, and hopefully maybe they can give you some ideas. So
Definitely.
one of them. So they both. I have the main storyline. I have the main story, which is like 4 books, and then I have branching stories. So one of the branching stories is it's about the prison system in the galaxy. So whenever so like there are 3 planets dedicated to just housing criminals, just planets. One of them is level. There are only 3 levels of criminals. You have your low tier, your high tier, and then you have like pretty much like federal, non-federal criminals. Like if you rape somebody or if you murder, you go to level
Planet.
2. Right. So the 3rd planet is people that are sentenced to death. They don't kill anybody because one of the main religious beliefs in the universe is when you kill somebody, you add their lifespan to your lifespan.
Unlike some the one type stuff.
Right. So it's kind of like that's why criminals live longer than most good people. Like that's why good people don't live as long as evil people. Like there's the belief that every time you murder somebody, their lifespan gets added to yours. So what they do is they send all these criminals that are sentenced to death to this desolated planet. It's empty. There's nobody there. There are no guards. There are no prisons. There are no buildings. There's just the forest, the jungles, the wildlife, the resources on the planet. They just send you there, and they send you there to to live the rest of your life until you die. And no one is allowed to come close to this planet. It's heavily guarded because they don't see the point in wasting resources on killing criminals, and they don't want people to rescue them either, to help them break out.
Exactly. Let them die in natural cause. Then you don't have to worry about their energy going somewhere else.
Right. They don't expend resources housing them or feeding them.
That actually sounds kind of fire, depending on how you play it off. Especially like, so, just not getting too much. So, is your main character basically not really a good guy?
There's no main character. No, there's no main character.
Oh, no main
It's
character?
a bunch of short stories about different criminals that live on the planet and share their experiences.
Oh, that's even more
until
fire.
they die. Because like some die, some they die as soon as they hit the planet because they're mauled by an animal, or some die because they joined a gang and they're criminals, so they tried to backstab each other. And it turns out that they got killed. Oh, by the way, it's mixed gender. They have both men and women, but everybody's fixed before they're sent on the planet.
You can't repopulate.
No.
I'm sorry, that's just amusing to me. You use the terminology fixed, and I'm like,
Yeah, so you can't repopulate. Yeah, you can screw around, but can't repopulate.
I don't know. You take the bite out the dog. I don't think too many dudes are going for it.
No, because in the main storyline, this is part of the Alliance of Star. It's part of the Alliance of Planets, to where like the way it works is Earth is seen as North Korea of the universe. It's the only planet where it's fighting amongst itself. Where every other planet in the universe, it's its own country.
Oh.
And like oh, they're over there they're fighting against transgender rights, where being transgender in the universe, if you are born a man but you are actually a woman, it's like that. You actually have the way the transition works is you actually become like a woman. You have 100% the same anatomy as a woman.
Basically, just like kind of, if you do want to like, because one of the things I do because of like storylines and art wise, a lot of tips I picked up is like looking at different content, and there's I want to say it's called Fluidium. I would definitely suggest trying it out. Fluidium is slightly different, like how you mentioned, like when you choose, you just transition. Fluidium, they have this rule where when you're born, you have two bodies. And what happens is on your 21st birthday, you decide which one you would prefer. And the thing is, because technically when you're in each body, because you got a male body and you have a female body, when you're in each body, you experience everything differently. And so like the part, because I haven't caught up all the way, where I left off in the story is it's when you meet him, he started off in his male body, and he's conflicted because he really loves his female self, plus he loves his male self. He doesn't want to get rid of either of them, even though it's coming to the time where he's supposed to choose. So he's basically trying to find like where I was reading, he was like contemplating and trying to think of a way so he can keep both of himself instead of just like choosing one. So I would definitely say check that one out or like if you did need to like expand it or look at a way someone else looks at it, because that's actually like some of my storylines I have transformed. Like when you mentioned that, there's another storyline I'm working on where it's like a spy organization type of thing, and they do go from planet to planet because like there's aliens, there's gods, and all this type of stuff in the storyline. And right when you mentioned like basically that planet, I was sitting here like, yo, what if they gotta go to a prison planet to go save somebody to go get this next? I refer to them as keys, is like the object of the thing. They have to find these special keys to unlock the special powers, la 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 la. But let's say they gotta go to a prison planet because the one person has the key, but the problem is, like you mentioned, it's heavily guarded and there's pretty much no escape, and they gotta go to the planet, get off the planet somehow, and basically find this one person. So you already helped expanded one of my universes. Thank you.
Well, the way it works on mine, so the aliens in my universe, they're humans. All like, and it explain in my story, it's explained that aliens have always lived on Earth. It's just that they look exactly like us, and that's why we never noticed them. They come here because Earth is considered North Korea, so it's very dangerous to travel to Earth. So whenever they do travel here, they have to be very cautious and quiet, and they have to follow all the rules, or they'll be killed, or they'll be arrested, or they'll get assaulted because Earth is considered very, very dangerous and hostile.
Not wrong.
So, like, but the way the transitioning works is you can only do it twice before it becomes permanent. And the reason why, it's the way it works is because it actually manipulates your body on a cellular level. Because in this story, there are super soldiers, and that's how they were created. But super soldiers are common. Like, most bounty hunters are super soldiers, and it's not even that big of a deal. Like, oh, you can lift the building, big fucking whoop. Nobody cares. Like, nobody cares, especially on the other planet where gravity's 10 times heavier.
You can lift a building? Cool. Can you walk, though?
Can you walk? Because there's a character who's so dangerous, they call him the End. He's a Titan, and what he does is every time he travels from a planet, he destroys that civilization. So, like, oh, if you can kill him, the bounty for him is if you can kill him and bring proof that he's dead, we'll give you your whole planet. We'll give you a whole planet.
Oh.
That's how, like, dangerous this guy is. So the second book, which ties into all the other books, it's a prequel. It's about a patient he's not a patient, I'm sorry. He's a prisoner. And he gets rescued because him and this entire group of superheroes are actually being held captive by villains. And they're trying to escape. And they call him Project Omega. But as the story progresses, he starts getting more and more aggressive, and he starts getting more and more violent, and he starts, like, lashing out at his friends. And it turns out, they're actually not superheroes, they're patients in an insane asylum.
Bruh.
And the villains were doctors. And the reason why he gets more and more aggressive as time goes by is because the medication is wearing off.
Oh, damn.
It's very similar to a game that I played at a ApolloCon. Someone wrote an original story, and it's similar, but not completely similar. But I was like, holy shit, I'm going to turn that into a book. So I stole it. I turned it into a book.
Hey, was it, like, for one of the co-hosts, TJ from the Black Table Podcast, he's writing on some stories too. He actually, because I sent you some of the pictures that go over, like, my pricing that I do for characters and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, I sent it to him, and he's like, yo, I want the whole package. And I drew one of the characters, but we were just talking one night, and we decided to do a storyline. But he was like, I want a storyline that doesn't deal with any of the storylines we're working with. So, like, the character I made for him has nothing to do with it. And I told him I had this one idea. I based it off of the one, but it's way different due to the fact of instead of being like in different dimensions and different planets, mm-hmm. they're clones. And so, like, we rewrote the story for the project. So this story is way different. So my original idea was I want to say it was 1,000. There's 1,000 super soldier clones. And those 1,000 clones, each one is different than the last. Each one has different abilities and so forth. The project is shut down, and basically the thousands and thousands of clones escape. And what happens is a section of, like, the lower your number, the stronger you are. And so what happens is, like, let's say it was like 11 through 30. They all made an organization, and they're trying to take over the world. And then, like, all the rest of the clones are just trying to integrate back into the world, trying to be, regular people. And how my story plays off, we grab a random number. I'm going to say it was like, I want to say he was like 45. Number 45, he's a culmination of, like, a bunch of different powers. But he's trying to live his normal life. And then one through like was it one of the rebel numbers approaches him, and basically the whole thing ensues. You have the other numbers coming to save him, and like I mentioned, I wrote the ending last, or sorry, I wrote the ending first. And so what the ending is while 11 through 30 is a raging war with all these other of the numbers, uh, the top 10 come through, and the top 10 are there to just keep order for the planet because they know like people want to be free, people want to take over, da 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 da. But 1 through 10 comes through. Of course, they're the alphas and the omegas, but apparently, one of the special numbers, they actually can transcend them. And so like 1 through 10 start getting beat, and then I have like basically it's supposed to be like this old man comes walking up on a cane, and he goes up and he's like, "Oh, you whippersnappers, you're just destroying the planet. Calm that shit down." And of course they come at him, and then you just see like the guy kind of fall over, and you're like, "Look, you can't beat an original." And they're like, "What?" And then like he exposes that he's number 0, claps a bunch of them, and then is like, "All right, you 10 over there, you take care of the rest. I'm tired. You made too much noise and woke me up." And then like he basically just disappears after like just disciplining. And then of course they wrap up the story with the number we're following saves the day and da 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 da. But like I was gonna flesh out that story, then we rewrote it for like a new storyline all together, working together, and the story is like kind of fire right now. Like we expanded it to like it's not no longer clones, and then like everything is just keep expanding and expanding and expanding. I need to hit them up and go over some more details on like the character designs because I was going to design one of our main characters because we're going to follow like probably like 4 or 5 of these the individuals for the new story. And then like the story I was just talking about, we're going to just call it the 1,000. So on the 1,000 storyline, you're going to follow 35, and he's going to make friends, and it's supposed to be like just like a big ass movie instead of like multiple books. It's just going to be like at least
like a 4-hour movie.
Maybe not 4 hours. I'd probably say like because we're going to go to like too many details. Expose the powers, show how he's trying to live his everyday life. Bullshit happens. Explain what's going on. I would say probably like a 2.5 hour movie, give or take.
Yeah.
Because the last part is the easiest part. It's the old ass man just walks up and just talking shit, beats everybody ass, and just walks off like, "Y'all shut the hell up. I'm trying to sleep.
Trying to sleep.
Trying to sleep.
What the hell y'all want?
I'm too old for this shit."
I actually, what's crazy? Is it me or does like the whole, like, I don't know, like the whole superhero thing seem to be like everybody seems to be doing a lot of the super soldier stuff.
That is one part of it, and that's why like the main 2 storylines, I wanted to branch completely away from super soldiers, and I went more of like it's still, or how to say, the one with Britannia is more on the mystical magical side, and then the other one I have no name for. I forgot. I was joking. I was gonna call it like, what was it? Was it chocolate cake or something like that? I was gonna name it something because one of the main characters, she's super thick. Oh no, that's what I was gonna call it. I was gonna call it cake.
Cake?
Because she got that cake, dog. I was gonna call it cake just because one of the main characters is super thick. But that one I went for the more like sci-fi, and on there it's representing like some of the characters on this storyline. They are amputees. Like one girl lost a leg, one girl lost her arm, one girl loses her like from right here under the diaphragm all the way down to like the belt line. She actually, something happens and she loses all that. But of course, like all this is gone, dog. All that.
Ugh, fuck.
But since we're in the future, I'm not even gonna lie, she was inspired by Full Metal Alchemist, his teacher, because the shit that happens. But like I have it like it's almost all female team. 2 of the people, like later on you find out like they're not even what they seem. Well, one person you kind of guess because she does magic and stuff of that nature, and like she's pretty much a god. But like I branch away from the super soldiers. Even like the enemies, none of them are super soldiers. Some of them are just really, really strong. Like I was being foolish and I just named some characters. I'm not gonna lie, really ghetto ass names. Like the girl, she's a tank, and I drew her really really buff, and her name is Tankisha.
Takesha.
Tankisha. I was like, why did I do this?
What?
Why? I got problems. Why did I name her Tankisha? There's Tankisha.
So-
There's her sister who's a monk who is way stronger and more powerful than she is, and her name is Monica. But basically, I put monk and just put like Nika on it, so it's like Monica. And then the last one, the last sister, she was. Oh yeah, no, I take it back. Her name is kind of ghetto too. Her name is Sade.
I
But
feel
it's
like
based.
this. I feel like we need to make a meme here. Everybody, I'm sick of stereotypes. Don, Tankisha,
Tankisha. Yes.
Tankisha,
Well, her sister name is Shade, but it's pronounced Sade.
Sade,
But it's spelled Shade.
for like shorty.
No, it's because she's a ninja and her powers she can actually blend into shades.
But is she short?
She not short. She kind of like on medium height, but all of them are thick.
The, the word of the day is, I feel like it's a PBS show. Like the word of the day, boys and girls, is thick.
It will always be thick. But like I was saying, like I branched all this. None of the characters, nobody's super soldiers on like those two stories, because like you said, like freaking technically most of Marvel, except like X-Men, most of Marvel is just a branch off of Captain America.
Right, but I mean, if you can make it make sense, I don't see the problem with using super soldiers. Like I'm using super soldiers too. But the way I portray them in the story is that, okay, the United States is getting desperate. And they need something that will keep them in power. Because the way it's described in the story, I go with the theory that a company starts buying up the debt of smaller countries, and the biggest countries in the world are freaking out now because Google now has a military and the money to challenge these countries. So like, okay, we need something to put us 50 years ahead of the game.
Ooh. Can Internet Explorer also try to have an army, but their army is always late?
It didn't load, didn't make it.
The war's already fought, and they're like, our troops are landing tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, so where's your army, Microsoft? They caught a virus. No, but so the United States is like, okay, we need something. We need something. And we need something like what, like let's do like, and then they literally bring up comic books, like, you know, there's all those movies and comic books, like, you know, about superheroes who are faster than speeding bullets and they can top tall buildings in a single bound. You know, we could actually do that in real life, right? Like we can create that. He's like, okay, so we're going to start the super soldier program, and the way it starts is, it doesn't start the way people think it starts. It starts off completely different, but then out of desperation, they go, okay, we're going to make Steve Rogers in real life.
I will say another thing that's making me lean away from super soldiers is actually, what's it called? The Falcon Winter Soldier.
Uh-huh.
There's a spoiler alert if anybody hasn't watched it yet, so I suggest to go la 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 real quick.
La 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 real quick.
Just go la 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 la. There's a scene where somebody gets their ass handed to them by non-super soldiers, and they just sit there and go, they weren't even super soldiers. And like they're just so shocked that normal people just use their
beat their ass,
clap them cheeks. But
that's because like out of all the so-called Captain Americas, Captain America is supposed to be the best. I don't know. Look at anyway.
You're correct. You're 100% correct. But that's what I was like. I didn't want to ruin it. That's why I didn't want to say like certain names and stuff like that. But that person got their cheeks clapped and they just sat there. I was like, they.
Can you imagine that conversation? Like, I came here to chew bubble gum and clap cheeks and I'm all out of gum.
And then get your cheeks clapped instead, dog.
You got your cheeks clapped.
I want to find the meme because they did a meme where it's supposed to be like they're making a phone call to be like, I heard you did this, girl. Let me tell you. So he gonna come in and say all this, right? And I'm like, hey, like it's a whole like 5 to 6. Matter of fact, I want to say it's probably up to 10 of basically like this fake phone conversation between some of these characters. And it's just so funny because it's like then he had the nerve to sit there and start crying, talking about we weren't even super soldiers. Damn right, ain't no damn super soldier. I'm like, sometimes I hate that people have the internet, and then times like that make me love it 10 times harder. Let's see. I'll see if I can find it later because, like I said, it's like a whole thread where they're just going back and forth. But
just real quick, before we continue on with the show, oh, never mind. That's not important. I thought I got breaking news. Never mind. Shit. Actually, we're gonna go ahead and share some of your art.
Okay. I will explain or because I'm gonna say you're gonna have a display for everybody to see, including myself, and I'll just like poke. Oh yeah, so that's one of the male characters that I made for my storyline with Tanya. His name is Keto. He's basically a lightning dragon guy. So basically, he uses lightning based attacks. I have him super chill. I plan to write him to be like super chill, but when you see like stuff like this happens, he's lost his shit. He's tired of it. He's about to just destroy everything. Like on that one, you see he's like smirking because he's getting ready to do some very bad shit.
So when he goes Super Saiyan, it's time to run.
Pretty much. I actually, I do like little short comics for some of them. I'm working on 2 for 2 to like, how to say, it's kind of like background stories. And so his is going to be basically, he's real protective of his friends and family. And I'm going to put it where basically someone gets hurt and he's gonna lose his shit and then show the true power, show his true abilities. Because half the time he's just chilling out and just like hanging around. And the way I designed him, because my style is based off heavily off of anime, he's like the only character that technically is going to be like in Japan. Like he just chills out in Japan. That's all he does. Like I have a character. I don't think I shared a picture of her or a recent picture of her. I have a character. She's from Texas. Repping my Texas side. Because I basically put it where the dragon people, blend into our society after a certain point. As you see, like his horns here are actually glowing, but when you see Jatanya, the redhead, she has horns. Then you'll see like another character, she doesn't have horns either, but she has a tail. Like he doesn't have any of the dragon features because of the way I wrote it is he is a, let's say like 20% dragonkin. But the problem is, thanks to his human side plus his dragonkin side, for some reason that amplifies his powers even more. Basically saying like, closer you are to human, the more power you can possibly have.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be like the blending and making him better. So even though he's not like a higher percent dragon like everybody else, he's just as powerful or even more powerful.
What the fuck?
What happened?
No, nothing. It's all under control. I got it. I got this.
Oh, what did you do?
All right. So next one. Oh shit. What did?
Okay. I'm about to say some of them you might want to play the video first.
Yeah, I can't show all of them. That's why I saved them to my computer.
Okay. Like some kind of you want to. Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know how what rating you want to show to. I know you put the mature rating. But,
I don't want to get kicked off YouTube. So like you could talk. That's the thing I don't like about YouTube. You can talk all the shit you want, just can't show it.
See, that's the problem I also have, because if you look hard enough on YouTube, you get full like just nasty shit. But this is one of the like I was mentioning. I try to branch out my art styles and stuff like that. This is me learning how to do the hair glow, like body and figures. Like I was working with shadows. So on this one, you barely see, like on her dress, you barely see any line art because I was using shadows to display like where the dress is creasing in. And that's why like this was one of my favorite ones where I was practicing. Also practicing backgrounds where it looks like she's basically it's just a starry night, and she's just being pretty. Like if you zoom in even closer, you'll actually see like her dress is technically sparkling. Like
Yeah.
that was just me. This is just straight up practice. What this was.
How do I fucking zoom in?
Uh.
Oh, here we go.
Left.
Oh, it doesn't work on the stream. Does it?
I'll say drag it down, drag it down.
There we go.
There you go.
Whoops.
So yeah, that's her hair. I was learning how to do the hair, and then like you can see
Oh
like the
yeah,
little
yeah,
sparkles
yeah.
on
You
the
can see it
dress.
now. I zoomed in on the on her boob area. Now like my audience is doubled.
I want to say, hey, you see, I got the shadows just right up there too. This is like I want to say this is probably like within the first 2 months of me learning how to do digital art. But you see, I'm using shadows to like really sell off like where the dress and everything is supposed to line up to give it more like a almost realistic feel to it. Um, but yeah, like I said, this is one of my favorite ones because I was just still learning how to do stuff. This is just me dicking around with things. I didn't even actually learn this from like a training video or anything. This is just me straight up just being like, let me play with this program and see how it works. And it came out pretty good. So like someone would say like, as you're going through the pictures, you'll see like how my art actually is like getting better and better and better per picture. I'm getting better at drawing people's faces, which I'm a little bit proud of myself because like I hate drawing people, and I was like, you know what, I got to get over like people like not liking it. This is what I see when I see you, so you can either accept it or get the fuck over it.
Right. Well, I think the issue I have has always been hands.
Sorry, yeah.
Hands.
Yeah. Nah, truthfully, that's one of mine too. The program I use was Clip Art Studio. They have like these special models. So what I'll do is I'll like draw most of the picture, and if I can't get the hands right, I'll use like this 3D modeler and basically place the hand where I want it. You can shape the hand, you put it in different positions, and then I'll use that to reference it, or I'll put like the hand right above where I need it, and then like I'll draw the hand out like right under it. And sometimes you need guides to it. And there's like tons of guys out there. Like I've watched this one guy. He just like does like a circle, and then you take the circle, you put a square on top of the circle, and then you do all this, and boom, there's a hand. And I'm like, I'm gonna try that circle, square,
Nope,
triangle.
didn't work.
I don't know. My is either it works or it's like a monster hand. It's like, yo, she got claws now.
I tried to draw a hand, followed this guy's instructions, I ended up drawing a penis. I don't know how that happened.
I'm confused on how that happened myself. Let's say I'm not sure which ones you got. So this is like I'm just responding to your time.
I got this one.
That's Lucretia. That's the one I was just talking about. Like, so as you notice, like in the middle of her back, she has basically scales, and then she has a tail, but she doesn't have horns. Like, cause some of the characters, a lot of my characters have horns.
Once again, it zooms in on like. Okay, so. So is this?
Those are basically dragon scales. She's supposed to be an ice dragon, and like I'm working on like a little short comic for her right now. I actually just redesigned her hair because I'm trying to make sure, because I'm gonna start trying to do like a little comics for these. I need to make sure it's easy or quick for me to draw it because I'm drawing like actual comic panels, and that takes a lot. And where I learned that it takes a lot after my first one I did, I think I should have sent you that one to check out. Or I could shoot you the TikTok link when I get a chance to, where it's basically, it goes through like, I have something else voiced over my comic. But basically, some of the stuff I'm learning is to make the characters easier to draw. Like her eyes, like her details, like her back, like she has a tail. Jatanya, she has a little bit more detail where she has scales on her face, scales on her arm. She actually has scales on her hip. But since I gave her like shorts, you don't really get to see the scales on her hip unless I like draw her in a swimsuit or something like that. But yeah, so this is one of the main characters you follow. She's an ice dragon. She's also, like I written to the story that those the scales you saw on her back.
Yeah.
Those are worth more than diamonds.
Whoa.
And so like basically when she shed her scales, she can get tons of money for it. Like her family is well off. And like, that's one of the things in the background that you'll find out is the reason why Titania doesn't like humans It's because humans and other demi-humans tried to kidnap her cousin while they were younger, and she took that personally. And like she, all humans are basically listed in the same group. You came after my cousin, now I just gotta take everybody out when you come to me too close.
All right, let's
Oh
look at
yeah,
the next one.
well, I say yeah, I did that one earlier this year, y'all. Look at it. And then that's the main character, Tritania. There, I just redid her hair, or I redesigned her hair for her birthday, which was the Cinco de Mayo. That was
Mhm.
on the 5th. So I just redesigned her hair. But
Where's your sombrero if you did it on the 5th?
what this if this picture is from February,
I can see
and
that now. I see that now.
that's I was like, wait, no, but you can't really see her horns on this one because I the way I angled it. But she does have horns. You see, she has a tail. You see scales on her shoulders, scales on her face, and it's supposed to be basically. I'm like also referring it like to genetics. So like if you see her like her mom and her dad, they're a certain percentage dragon too. Like the dad has horns, but he doesn't really have scales or a tail. The mom has a tail and she has horns, but she doesn't have scales everywhere. Like I try to like kind of play it off like you can inherit certain things due to like your parents and X, Y, and Z.
Mhm. I do. Let's zoom in a little bit on her. Oh, good. I'm glad my computer zooms in onto the right areas.
But yeah, I see the scales right there on her cheek, and then the scales on her shoulder. Then like I put scales on her hip. Um, I don't think I sent the picture of it, but I do need to redo one of her older sister. I have it where basically it's on the side of her neck, and then basically on her left breast, there's scales covering it. So like where her clothes cut through, she doesn't basically put the top across her chest because she already has scales covering the naughty bits. Thank you, Boo. I be trying with that hair.
That's all that matters is the hair. The hair's right.
Like I be trying. There's Kiro, where if you zoom in on his face, that's one of the ones where he's where I start writing about him getting pissed off. Um, Damn, it's all on my man's junk.
No,
as
I
you
was like, what the hell?
as you see, I had to put a little me being black. I had to put like a black hairstyle on, so he got them
He got
waves.
them waves. I was about to say he got them
He got them
waves.
waves. He got this seasickness going on for y'all. Of course, got to get that luscious beard. He inherited that from me. Uh, but this is like, like I said, the character is supposed to be chill, and so like me drawing him being upset, or you see him being upset, the situation is completely fucked off.
Yeah, he got them.
I'm saying that fade looks nice, don't it?
They do. Look at the six pack. Grind meat on that.
Yeah, so that's what it was. And so I was making fun because like like on this one he has no nipples.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people draw them without nipples. I think this. I was only able to save one more. I'll see if I can get more. This is another one I was able to save.
Oh yeah, so this is one of the
okay.
things I started doing for TikTok. So on
Okay,
TikTok,
never
if
mind.
see somebody,
I take that back. I'm sorry. I do have one more after this one.
oh, okay. But what this one is from TikTok. What I did on TikTok, like if I see somebody with like a cool style or like her character that she portrays,
Oh,
like
lovely.
I basically your computer knows what it wants to see.
Oh,
But
it's not gonna work with this zoom in way.
oh
So
damn.
hold on, I got you.
Oh,
There we
okay, here we
go.
go. But this I think her name's on towards the bottom of the picture. But like she's supposed to be like this demoness, and I was like, yo, this the whole thing looks fly. Like she had like the symbol on her forehead, the face makeup, everything, and even she responded to the TikTok. She's like, oh my god, thank you, this is beautiful, and I was like, my heart.
Okay, I have a question, and like, don't take this the wrong way. I'm not making fun of it or anything.
Go for it.
But
Mm-hmm.
is that a tattoo or like a necklace hanging out of her nose?
That's actually like so. I caught that after I posted the picture. It's supposed to be like a chain that goes from her nose to her ear,
Uh-huh.
but the problem is when I was doing her face makeup, as you see, the top lip actually blocks a part of it. So
Yeah, I mean, if
that
you
layer is
zoom in,
supposed
like if you zoom in though, let me show you real quick.
like if you zoom in, then you see where
You
like
see it. That's why I was like, That's why I got kind of confused. Like, it looks like a chain.
Nah,
But
that's me messing up. I was like, oops. This is what happens when you put the layers in the wrong spot.
yeah, because I thought like that definitely looks like a chain because it looks like it's hanging off her nose ring. But then I see her like lip tattoo. I'm like, oh well, maybe not.
I know, yeah, that was just me messing up. Now that's not making fun of me. I caught that like I want to say like 4 or 5 days after I posted it, and I was like, something don't feel right. And so I zoom in and I'm like, shh. Oh yeah, that's she.
Are they eating
Infernal.
wine and cookies?
So one part of the story is like we follow Jotanya. She is a huge person with sweets. So her two weaknesses are chocolate chip cookies and chocolate cake, which also coincidentally are my two weaknesses.
Is that why you named one character Cake?
No, that's why. Well, I just named it Cake, being funny because I literally don't have a name for it. But I'm like, you know what? I'm calling it Cake for now because the girl has cake, all the cake. It's actually those are ones I have to scan in because I still have them on the sketchpad. I haven't redrawn them yet. But as you see, like for her, like I went as far as to make those the gloves on her hands. Like I went and watched like a bunch of her different videos, looked at her from different angles, and decided because
What?
there's like a few videos where she's just like drinking like alcohol.
Damn, fucking computer.
The computer won't hit it. But you see, like I drew like the little lace gloves that she has on. I went through and like the wine glass. I just went through and made the wine glass step by step, plus the alcohol. I even made her own brand of alcohol for it, which has like the little symbol that's on her forehead is on the wine bottle as well.
Yeah, I noticed
Like
that. I did. I definitely did notice that for sure. That's like one of those small details that I definitely like. But
yeah, and she wears like the furry coat. I had to find like a special brush to do the coat and stuff of that nature. Put the shine on the hair. You know, I just worked through it step by step. Like I mentioned, like I each picture I try or each picture I do, I always try a new technique on top of it, so I can expand. I see what works, what
did
doesn't work.
you use airbrush for the? How did you do this right here?
There's actually a special brush that basically resembles fur. And so what I
Okay.
did was first I put one layer down to see how it pops off of the character. And since it pops off, as you see, pretty nice, it gives that furry effect. I basically did like in circles, and then I went back with another type of brush, and then that's where you see like the little gray. I just lightly took gray and put it through, basically, did the taps to resemble shadows went off the white.
Got me, got me learning something today. Shit. So let's see. One more. We got one more. This one.
That's the one I once I posted during the show that one week. When you had when the Black Table podcast was we popped in.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one that I posted, and Tab was like, "Damn, my boy!" I was like, "Boy, focus,
Focus.
We're on the show. I appreciate you looking at my art, but focus."
Thick.
Yas.
That was the episode where it was just about thick, like.
Or you saw thick here, and I was like,
Yeah. I'm like, is
listen.
nobody? Because I was like, is nobody gonna acknowledge that? Like, it's so big and bold, and it's even underlined. Like, you had it underlined. Like, you had to, okay. Like people when they write characters, like, okay, we gotta have character development. Hold on. Fuck. We need backstory. We need loss. But you is like, no, we need thick.
No, see, these are the character design. This is the story for the characters. This is actually this is the NSFW side of my board. This is the China side of the board where you see like some stuff, and then like further down, or I'll just turn the camera real quick. So the board basically is my idea board. So these are the type of things that I do, like backgrounds, my characters, not safe for work art, which I'll link to you later. My like appreciation art where basically people, if I notice them like going through and like looking at my stuff, I will basically find a picture I like of them and draw them with one of my characters. Oh Lord, what happened? Fucking right, damn right she think. So like I said, I started doing comics. I got this thing called Closet Raid where I'll see like those models on Instagram wearing certain clothes, and I'll redraw wearing her clothes. And then what else? There's a semi storyline I'm writing called Team Persona, where an incident happened at my home, and because I try to keep myself calm, the person referred to me. She goes, "You can have feelings. You don't have to be a fucking monster all the time." And like she's yelling at me in my house, and that in the Jordan meme, I took offense to that. And so I went off, and right after that, I was like, you know what would be funny? Let me draw a whole comic book about all my sides of my personalities as characters. And so, like, basically, I have a character. He's just called the Monster. I try to get as close to similarities as me, like my skin tone, like my hairstyle. He doesn't have a beard, unfortunately. Um, and he says basically, well, if you want me to be the monster, and then on the second panel, you see his eyes glow like dark red, and he goes, "I'll be the monster." And then, it kind of went downhill from there. I have my savage side. I have my innocence being corrupted into violence. I have a character called Love, and she has a split personality herself called Lust. So basically, if she gets too excited, she changes. I drew anger, rage, depression, and I have like 4 or 5 other characters that are in development for what I call team personality. And then, of course, I started putting my characters in cosplay. Actually, I'm kind of semi upset I didn't send that one to you, which I will send it to you because I feel like you'll appreciate that one a little bit more.
All right. Send it to me right now.
Oh yeah, I'll send it to you right now. I feel like you'll appreciate this one. I'm shocked that I didn't send this to you first. Where's your folder? Nope, not that one. But like I started putting my characters in cosplay, and especially for the like appreciation one. And drop file here. Send. I feel like you'll like that costume a lot better.
So I go to Facebook, and the thing pops up for you, and the first thing I see is tacos.
Oh yeah, I sent that to you earlier for the food, the food portion we were talking about. Well, yeah, the young lady here, ha 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 ha, help. She's on Instagram and TikTok. I saw her on TikTok because I was sitting there scrolling through, and I was like, "Ooh, thick white woman." They knew my kryptonite. Let me go back and watch. And I was like, you know what? It'd be fun to draw her. I drew her, and on Instagram, she liked the picture, and I'm like, yo, recognition by the person. Like, that's all I want. I don't want, like, no money, no nothing. I just want you to say, hey, I appreciate the art. Boom, that's done. Like,
all right. I think everybody needs to see this.
I told the one I just sent
you.
You.
Sent me a message. You sent me a message. Okay, hold on. Let me stop sharing. Share screen.
Must say you're gonna share them tacos?
Yes, share them tacos. Yeah, buddy.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Ignore my messenger. Don't be paying attention to my stuff. Don't be looking at who I be texting.
I'm looking at my tacos. I was like, oh yeah, I did do them. Yeah. There's some steak fajita
tacos. I can't even
pay.
pay attention to anything else but the steak tacos.
I was actually talking about it's ones I refer to as East meets West tacos. And then I even have what's it called? What's that soda called? Damn it, what's that damn soda called? I got a picture right here.
Oh shit! Yeah, you did send me this one.
So basically, it's like I watch a lot of Food Network, so I did what's called they call it fusion. So it's basically some Tex-Mex, and I mixed it with basically Asian food, or basically I put like this teriyaki sauce on top of it, and then mix it all together, and then I do onions, cilantro, like basically like street tacos, but it just has that Asian flair to it. Oh yeah, so yeah. As you see, put Jatanya in the Green Ranger suit, customize it to her a little bit.
So who's homeboy? Is he like the Fanta Ranger?
No, actually, that's Chris Jones. As you see, at the original Mr. Jones, he's on Instagram too. He's actually the person who taught me a lot of the techniques I use in this picture, and so like I did an appreciation post because he's basically helped me to get to where I'm at.
No, and but so, like he looks like a Power Ranger though.
Oh yeah, so if you go to his somebody actually, I want to say he drew one of himself and somebody expanded it. So basically that's him as like I will refer to it as his weapon. As you see, is a big mechanical pencil.
It looks like I was gonna say it looks like a bow staff.
Yeah, basically it's a bow staff, but it's a big mechanical pencil. So I guess you can call him the Orange Artist Ranger or something like that. I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure if they actually named it, but I went through, like I said, I went through his post. I saw a picture I like. I like him in his Orange Ranger outfit. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it. I haven't drawn armor in a long ass time. I'm gonna take my time to get this right. It took me like 4 or 5 days to do this one because I wanted to make sure to like get his character as close as possible. And he said he told me he loved it or he liked it. I want to say he shared it a little bit, but like every technique you see in this picture here, everything in here he taught me. So
Wow.
like the clouds in the background, that's the first thing he ever taught me is how to do clouds and make them look decent or good. Like he did it and like I was sitting there like, dog, you made me feel bad. He goes, don't feel bad. I've been doing this for like 20 plus years. So just you got questions, ask me. And like anytime I ask him how to do something, he has a group
It looks
on.
like he airbrushed them and then blurred the lines. Well, that's you.
Yeah, so this is all me, like what he taught me. So basically, what happened is the clouds. I use what was it? I use chalk. I used the chalk media, and then what I did was take the chalk, make the base clouds not 100% white, and then I put it on the base cloud, and then I went back with the another brush, which is noise, which I use gray to like blot in certain areas, and then I use the blur tool to actually like make different shapes, and then at the very tip of the clouds, that's where you use pure white to represent the sunlight bouncing off the clouds. But since unless the cloud is completely where the sunlight is, that's why you see like it's white, like pure white, and then it goes down to gray because the sunlight is hitting from that angle.
Okay, that's real. That's good to know. Honestly, you have helped me a lot today, sir.
Hey, he teach me, I teach everybody else little by little.
You teach me how to
Um,
cook.
hey, that's what I'm saying. You see the proof. I can throw down Chef Homeboy D. Hopefully coming soon to YouTube. Uh, but with the like appreciation, it's multiple reasons why I do like appreciation. So for example, the latest one I just did, the young lady, she does art herself, and she basically every time I do a post, she's like one of the first people within seconds to like it. There's some people like if you just straight up just go to my page and then they like it, and then I noticed that on my page I got like 12 notifications of you just going through like the next like hour just going through my pictures and liking the ones that you really like. I'm like, yo, I gotta appreciate that because you're giving me attention to my old stuff. You're not just popping in and like, oh, I'm just like this one. You're actually taking time to go look at the other stuff I've done, the older stuff, the new stuff. I had a friend go through. I'm gonna do his next. I'm not gonna say his name just in case he is listening or he may be there.
Ah,
Um,
shit.
oh, what's that?
No, it's not. No, damn it.
I was trying to get a close up on the tacos.
Hell yeah.
Uh,
That's good enough.
Can I say if you go to the one right above that, because I should have sent you 3 videos. If you go above that, you're gonna see some wings, and those are like my teriyaki wings. I did that one there.
Yeah, what a way to end the podcast.
I was like, oh no, you want to end it? Go ahead, scroll up one more time. I want to say it should be. Oh, that was the Tex-Mex tacos. So
Yeet.
that's poutine, which is basically like this dish from Canada.
Yeah,
Uh,
I know Poutine because there's a bar in Houston. It's gone now. They went out of business, but it was called The Leaf,
mm-hmm.
and they sold poutine, but it was with tater tots.
Well, it's supposed to be basically potatoes, cheese curds, and gravy, but I do it my own special way. And like I have some friends that are from Canada, and I show them, they're like, "Damn, that looks delicious." I'm
You
like,
got a comment?
I have that air fryer though. Yeah, I've been cracking with that air fryer thanks to certain individuals. They will remain nameless for reasons. But no, so yeah, no, that's how to say that's my art. A little bit of cooking. Somebody called me. What did he say? He said I'm a. I forgot what he said. He said it, and for some reason, I registered as an insult first. Because
I
that's
think
my hood side. My hood side is like, yo, you said something that didn't sound right, so I automatically got hostile. And I was like, hold on,
I was
elaborate.
I was watching 40-Year-Old Virgin, and they had Kevin Hart come on there before he was like mega famous.
Yeah.
He's coming on there. He's like, all right, all right, all right, all right. He's throwing a lot of big words at me, so I'm gonna take it as disrespect.
It's pretty much. But what he was, I told him to elaborate before I got upset, and he was like, "You know so much, but you don't ever like throw it in people's faces." So, for example, we start playing the Yu-Gi-Oh game on PlayStation, and I play Yu-Gi-Oh in real life. And first thing I did was basically rush through the game, get the stuff I needed. And the next thing I did is because it's a group of us playing, we're all playing, and every time I beat somebody, I tell them, "Hey, you could have did this, 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 and this, and you would have beat me." But I won though. And then he was like, and then like me and him, we actually he does art too, and so me and him always bouncing off the ideas off each other. So he's like, "Yeah, man, you just know so much, but you're not an asshole about it, and then you also try to make everyone better at it." Because like my rule was with Yu-Gi-Oh is every time I make you better, you force me to get better. So that makes me still stay the top dog. I got your bitch.
So Goku, pretty
What?
much. I said so. Pretty much Goku.
I take care of my kids. Now just playing.
I'm gonna make a whole podcast on that. Dedicate a whole podcast to that because I just watched Omni Man. I just watched Invincible. Invincible.
Oh man! Oh, thank you for watching it. Thanks for doing the homework.
Wait,
but, that was the homework from the Black Table, like for at least 2 to 3 episodes.
bruh, it's been almost 2 weeks. I forgot. I only watched it because everybody's been talking about it.
Well, I don't help also because that Omni Man meme is like fucking killer right now, and I'm like, yo, I got to pump out the funniest ones.
Bruh, I'm not gonna lie to you. Spoilers, ladies and gentlemen. Spoilers.
Spoilers.
So if you want to leave, go ahead and leave.
Or like I said, put your fingers in your ears. La 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 la.
But it was kind of hard. I've seen Nightmare on Elm Street. I've seen Friday the 13th. I've seen It. I saw the remakes of It. I've seen Saw. I've seen like some of the most graphic, gory. I saw the BME Olympics and I saw 2 girls in a cup. I saw 2 grown-ass women eat shit out of a cup. Like BME Olympics, it's a dude that just chops off his dick with an axe.
Yep.
I've seen some of the most gruesome shit in my life. And yet, that final episode when Omni-Man's beating the shit out of Mark, just beating the fucking living shit out of him, dude.
In the Black household, we call that beating the brakes off your ass.
Yeah, but it's never been that, like, I've never seen a beating that bad like this. There's a difference between getting a whooping and just, bruh, like that was getting hard to watch. And I like it. Like, I like the series so much because somebody was bitching about like all the gore. But I think the gore is what makes it better. Not because I'm trying to be edgy or all that bullshit.
It's to sell the point of this situation.
Right. Well, because if you watch any superhero movie, doesn't matter what it is, if you watch any movie except for like maybe Superman, they downplay the amount of property damage there is and the amount of lives that are either ruined, lost, or injured during these events.
I actually said that today because a friend came over and we watched Aquaman because we had nothing else to watch, and Jason Momoa is the shit. And I said I appreciate Invincible so much more now watching this movie because you should have already watched Aquaman in my opinion by now. First of all,
I've never seen
Jason Momoa. At least watch it for Jason Momoa. Not just playing.
No, honestly, you can spoil all you want. Well, I don't give a shit about Jason Momoa, and I don't give a shit about Aquaman.
Well, sorry. Aquaman, Jason Momoa, how dare you?
I mean, you see one brown dude with a 6-pack, you see them all.
But you know, like, there's a scene where they're in a town, like somewhere in like I want to say Italy or Greece, and they're like just shooting and blasting and everything, and this heavy bell it gets ready to land on top of this girl. So without thinking, what he rushes in that moment and he shoulder charges the bell to knock it out the way. And I'm watching, I'm like, somebody could get hurt. And right when he shoulder charges the bell, everyone magically steps out the way. Like technically, this woman should have took one step and accidentally got grazed by it or something. But on the movie, everybody magically did not get hit by it.
Yeah.
Like they automatically, like there was a force field that was like, no, everybody stand out the way. The bell's coming through, and
You sounded like the guy from South Park where he said, all right, everybody, just move out the way, please. Get out the way. Nobody get in.
I was about to say if I get into it, I can do an Eric Cartman for you in a little bit. But like you said, like it's the bell hits, everybody magically somehow does not get hit, and then like he's pushing people to safety and like rushing them into a building, and somehow magically everything falls after he gets people to safety. And I'm like, yo, in real world, that's not how it works. Like 2 nights ago, I just watched somebody get into a car accident. And, like I was sitting here freaking out because, like, I even got the video footage of it, and I was sitting there freaking out because if that person did what they were supposed to do, they would have rear-ended me. But luckily for me, they didn't hit my car. They hit somebody else, unfortunately. Hopefully, they're doing all right. Everybody was alive when I got to talk to the cops and tell them what I saw. But like in real world, nobody just magically gets out the way. Like the whole train scene, bruh. I ain't gonna lie, that kind of fucked with me.
No, yeah, absolutely. Because like nobody, you don't really think about that stuff when you're watching the show. Like when you watch any, and that's why I really liked Batman v Superman, because I've seen a lot of superhero movies. I've seen a lot, and Avengers did it too eventually. But the thing is, you really did not like, fuck.
See the like gravity of the situation.
Right, because like I like Batman v Superman because like they look at it and they like people were upset like, oh, why are they making it all like why did they add a political standpoint to the movie? Like, what the fuck is the point of that? That makes no sense. Keep politics out of it. But I'm like, no, that made fucking sense because in the real fucking world, they would never allow a superhero to cause that much fucking damage
without some type of payment or getting the shit fixed.
Repercussions, right?
Exactly.
Right, because they wanted him to stand trial and answer for what happened. They're not gonna fucking. They know he saved them, but at the same time, like why did this happen? And could it have been avoided?
Or my favorite lines: "What are the laws of man to a god?"
Yeah, and that's why I liked Invincible because like Superman. I'm pretty sure other movies have done it. I'm not saying that these are the first, but they're the first that I've seen. And like they really put on the whole people are going to get hurt and people are going to die. And you never see it happen, but we finally got to see it happen. And now like I'll never be able to watch another superhero movie again without thinking, man, there's got to be at least 20 people dead.
That's what like I was saying, watching freaking Aquaman, I was sitting there like, yo, some people should be dead right now. Like there's no excuse for like nobody to be dead right now.
And it's not like and like don't get me wrong, it's not like we want people to die.
And just thanks to Invincible, like or basically in real world situations, like you put it, like there should be a lot more stuff or a lot more said to it. Like even like was it Age of Ultron when they dropped a big ass rock on the place and then the very Civil War happens and the angry black lady came up to Tony. It's your fault. My son died. Should have been better. Should have saved us better.
I know, like you need to do a better job. Like, kind of, it's kind of like those things that make it more realistic. Because honestly, if you really think about it, if superheroes did exist, they would probably be completely outlawed and killed.
Oh no, you know the rules. America, we got to have the best weapons.
That's right. If America, the way this country would function is either they work for us or they are dead. Because we don't want them to go work for one of our enemies. So I'd rather them be dead than them be a communist. That's how America is. They're like, oh, we don't have that mindset. Yes, the fuck this country does.
We don't have the biggest, baddest guns. We got to get rid of whoever does.
Right, exactly.
We got to be the bullies on the playground.
That's right. And if there's a bigger bully, we kick him in the dick, and then we essentially pull an Eddie Guerrero. We hit the floor with the chair, and then we throw the chair at them, and then we pretend like we're the victim.
Oh my head. Oh my God, look what they did.
Yeah, and then they get in trouble.
Not gonna lie, that's actually when I stopped watching wrestling after he left, or basically, due to circumstances. Yeah. My bad.
No, that's okay. Here, I got. Hold on.
Yo, that'll probably be one of the few pops I would try to go search for.
Yeah, I gotta. God damn it! I hate this damn headset. The cable sucks. Yeah, it's the anytime I need to rig this thing to where it works better. No, but that's just how it is.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct. Like, that's another, like, how on mine I even make it where when it's time for the super, or like in the storylines we were talking about earlier, a lot of my storylines to like not have to fill in like the damage that this can ensue. A lot of the battlefields are in like them Dragon Ball Z like super plain areas where like there's hundreds of miles of just blank space, so nobody really gets hurt. And I think there is only like one or two instances like I introduce a character, her name is Sky, and she's on the highway, so there's like cars and damage because of that. And then I have but most of the big major battles where like the power-ups make the earth shake and stuff like that, they're like in areas where just like it's completely almost blank, or it's like a facility where they're just free to battle it out, just so I can avoid the fact of I got to put in there like a good superhero type of story, people nearly escape and stuff like that, or put in the fact that someone may get hurt and try to make that part of the story or something of that nature. To avoid all that altogether, blank spaces. We have planes. We got alternate dimensions we fight in. There's actually a huge scene where the characters are fighting in the ocean to stop like a giant flood from happening. Like,
it's crazy because in my book, I actually tackle the whole powering up and like making everything shake. It's like, oh, because one of the characters will ask like, oh, hey, like, so do you power up and can you make like the ground shake? It's like, no, that's stupid. If like that's really dumb, because if you make the ground shake, you would actually destabilize the ground and cause the tectonic plates to shift, and you would cause tsunamis and earthquakes, and you would actually probably disrupt the core of the planet.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
No, but because like,
oh shit, we missed a lot of comments. Oh wait, you were replying to
no, that's just me and Didi going back and forth.
I was like, holy shit.
We're just going back and
paying
forth
attention
because we were talking about like the video games, because like I was talking about how like
I saw somebody write Tekken.
Yeah. So Didi got a few wins in Tekken. She proud of herself, you know what I'm saying? I keep telling her we need to run it back. It's that was a long time ago. We need to
don't listen to him, Didi. You gotta pull the
we need that's what she, if you look, she even put that, now I got my wins and I'm running.
Yeah, that's right. You pull that Floyd Mayweather. You pick who you want to fight and you run with that W.
Exactly. But like, me and her go back and forth. Like we that's actually how we met. I was talking to one of her friends and we all hung out. It was funny because Didi was being super fucking mean to me, and then eventually like because I like when I see somebody's like purposely trying to like kind of, I don't know if she would say it like that, but I would say like it feels like when somebody's trying to intimidate me, that makes me be a little bit more evil than I usually am, because now it's fun for me. because now you're trying to make me feel threatened, and you can't really threaten me. Only thing you can do is entertain me for this next couple minutes while I start messing with you. And so we end up like playing a video game. We start having fun, and she went from like to, hey, how you doing, buddy? And I'm like, hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
You were too being mean, woman.
I was not being mean. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up because I gotta charge my phone so I can go to the gym and get these
Of
games.
course, gotta get them games, bruh.
Yeah, because this Friday will officially be 60 days since I started.
Whoop whoop, get them games, bruh. I may be joining you. I'm not making any like guarantees.
Don't make any promises. Nobody. Let me put it to you like this, bro. Don't make any promises, because people have gone with me to the gym, and after the first day, they're like, "Yeah, no, I'll come back tomorrow. Yeah, I'll come back."
Oh, no,
I call them. They ghost me. They will fucking ghost me.
I'm talking not really working out. I'm trying to go back to like this. I had like this old regiment that I used to do, and so I'm trying to go back to it. And so like I ordered the stuff to do it. So I'm gonna try to see if I can stick to it. I'm gonna try to lock it in and try to.
Well,
like,
may I make a recommendation?
What's that?
Since you are either close to 30 or you are 30, I would recommend if you do any exercises, do the bike.
Actually, that's part of the regiment. Do a few miles on the bike. Do like the little incline.
Do 10 minutes.
10? Yeah, I want to say usually 10 to 15.
No,
was the usual.
Don't do more than 10.
Just 10 minutes. Gotcha.
Let me tell you why. Because you're gonna be in fucking pain.
I'll say yes and no due to the fact of I went to.
When was the last time you worked out?
Probably like 2 months ago, give or take.
Okay, and how good is your knee strength?
Oh no, my knee's perfectly fine. I don't have that check knee light going on. You know, I'm past 30, so you know I don't. I'll say my check body light goes on for I want to say more of like my shoulder, but like my knees are fine.
Right, because when I started, because my knees are surgically repaired. Because I played football.
Yeah.
I did. My goal was 10 minutes on the bike. I was going 40 minutes on the bike, but I lowered it to 30 because I increased the resistance level. And I'm probably going to have to increase it some more because it's getting easy and I can't let it get easy. But I can go 10 miles on the bike now. That is a big fucking difference. I could barely go a mile when I first started. Now I can go 10 miles, and I'm still not like, you know.
And what I was gonna mention is this one gentleman that he's he's a real best way to put it is like he's a real rehabilitation doctor, like you know those people that's like in comas or like they need to they had surgery on their leg and they need to get back to it. He gave me a few tips for like the muscle stuff. Like I'm not sure if you ever heard of BCAA powder. Definitely would recommend it. Do it as a pre-workout drink and after-workout drink, or use it like drinking it while you're doing everything. But basically, it helps with the when you use your muscles more than they're used to, like this acid builds up, and it helps break down that acid. It also helps with like the pain that you feel, so it won't be as intense. And that's one of the things that I use, like I jump back and forth and doing like exercises, and the only reason why I'm not like I can feel the effects, but I'm not super sore thanks to like those little tips that it gave me with the pre-workout. Right. Was it the BCAA powder, or you can buy them in pills. One of my homeboys, he does like I need to call him, see how he's doing, but he does like weightlifting. Like this dude, you walk up to this dude, you shake his hand, you can feel that this man, all he does is lift weights. And he also was like, yo, get these BCAA pills. They the best. I was like, well, I got this powder. He goes, actually, yeah, that tastes better. So, there's like those little tidbits that people help, even, they help me out with, and I pass it along as much as I can.
Right. No, I mean, you can't tell it because I'm like sitting down.
And I see some of your workout selfies, dog. I see you getting them gains. Yeah, I would say you gonna get thick as well, working on them yams.
Yeah, no, because I can barely like right here, it's almost completely solid now.
That's the best way to do it.
But like if I twist my arm.
Gotta get at that right camera angle. Yeah, you see. I told you I'll be looking at them gym selfies every time they pop on my feed. I'm like, look at
I also
that.
got mosquito bites too, so I'm like, it's from the quinceañera. But the thing is, so Friday,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't share my max, like what I can do, so I don't like doing that.
Never change your max.
But my max until Friday was 255 pounds on the bench press.
Whoop whoop.
It is now 275.
Let's get it.
My goal is 350 pounds on the bench. You realize I'm only 75 pounds away from that goal.
Hey, don't say it. Get it. Keep going. Never stop.
Like, bro, like I'm about to go to the gym at 10:30 and I'm gonna be there until 2 in the morning. Just like pushing, dude. Like it's tough. Don't get me wrong. It is rough. It is tough. But between the cardio and the battle ropes and the weightlifting.
Hey, look at it like this. It all pays off in the end. You're gonna get that bod you want.
It's not about the bod. There's just asses that I want to whip. Didi. There's one ass that you should know. Banana.
Oh God.
She knows who I'm talking about.
I know she does. Put the name Banana.
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 Yeah, because we were making fun of him, like, we were making fun of our boy Canada because we call him the boy. And we're like, oh, that's right, boy. You better watch out for Banana. He wants the banana split. He wants the banana split your cheeks.
Usually, I'm the one saying weird shit like that.
when you hang out with somebody like 17, the whole weird shit gets kicked up to the next level.
I was say, she has an angry face. I was like, yeah. I'm usually the one who says the extreme thing. So me and 17 probably get along really great.
Oh, like because there was this guy that wanted us to help. He's like, hey man, I want a lap dance for my birthday. We were supposed to hook him up. I'm like, bro, I don't know if I can pull that off. Couldn't pull it off.
A lap dance.
He wanted a lap dance for his birthday. I'm like, how thirsty are you?
Extremely, apparently.
So he's like, give me a lap dance for my birthday during one of your panels. I'm like, okay, I'm going to try, but I can't guarantee anything. He got mad. Y'all supposed to be my boys. Y'all supposed to have my back. What happened? Like, well, first off, bro, you ain't funny. Like, they booed you off that stage, bro. They booed him off the stage, and I had to go up there and try to save it. Nope. Dead in the water. So, homeboy is like super straight, right?
Mm-hmm.
Super straight. He gets a chubby and starts dry humping Canada's butt. And then makes the joke when Canada gets up to leave. He's like, oh, hurry back, daddy. I was like, bro, you can stay in my room for free. 17 got mad too. He's like, Canada's my hoe. You owe me money.
Oh, Canada.
Poor Canada. Because he's borrowed so much money from 17 that he owes him money.
Oh, damn.
Talking about like thousands.
Yeah, he right. Yeah, I'm gonna need some payment out of that. You can't get them cheeks for free now. I'm gonna need that right there.
Yeah, that tone changed real quick too. You're like, wait, thousands? Oh hell no! You gonna show up in a purple suit? Excuse me, sir. I seem to have misplaced some property at this here residence.
I was like, tell 17, hit me up. I'll be the enforcer. We need that money.
That's why he wants to. Like, he told me you can't quit going to the gym.
Oh, so you can be the enforcer?
Yeah, it's like I need you to here's some free steroids.
Oh damn.
For real, bro. Like the more I work out, like I notice that my like I don't have like that round gut anymore. I'm still overweight. I'm still fat, but it's not like as it was before. Like, my gut doesn't stick out past my chest. Like at least not anymore.
Hey, get it.
So homeboy's like, well, I guess the fat jokes are out. Steroid jokes in. So now all I hear is roid rage jokes.
I was like, no, was like one of your videos, just or like instead of a selfie, do like a little recording, and you just get two into it, and just be like, Hulk smash.
No, for real, that happened. That happened at a restaurant. I'm hungry. Food.
All right, Thor, another.
Jesse smash.
Another.
Jesse kill banana.
Oh God, don't kill the banana. Even if he's trying to split people.
Split them cheeks.
Poor cheeks.
Bruh, I'm gonna have a whole podcast about him too. I found out he cried twice about the same girl.
I don't know how to say.
I know. People are like, "You're such a bully." No,
there's more context behind it.
There's a lot more.
Therefore, I don't even like if you're picking on somebody. From me and your interactions, it's never just being malicious. It's something had to happen for you.
If you ever hit on somebody that was under the age of 16, I'm gonna fucking bully the shit out of
you. What is that? Who he cried over?
No.
Oh, come on, about to say, bruh.
No, he cried over that. I'll tell you after the podcast. Though.
Okay, I got you.
No, but he did spend $600. He did spend $300 on that one girl that was under 18. Bruh, first off, if look, if you're not interested, you're lucky if I spend $20.
I got a limit for people, dog. It's like, hold on, how much?
I'll buy and like, hey, you hungry? I got you.
Right? Like, I'll make sure most people are fed.
Like, hey, look, your birthday passed. I didn't get you shit. We're cool. If we're that cool, but okay, pick something reasonable. See that figure? That's $20. That's $30. 40's pushing it. No, 40's way too much. Actually, don't fucking get any ideas.
Yeah, I was just about to say, depending on how many years I know this person, how cool. If I had ever thought about making them not be around anymore, gifts kind of vary in price. Like so,
yeah, because you don't want to feed them because after you feed them, they keep coming back.
That's how you people keep me. Like I'm friends with somebody. They're like, "Why are you friends with them?" They fed me. I am theirs for life.
I'm like a cat. I don't leave my food source.
I will protect them for the rest of eternity.
I don't know about all that. I don't know about protecting, but I will. I'll be here. I'll watch.
Also depends on the food, because like was it somebody? It's a friend of a friend, or we're friends now. But the first time I met them, because they watched the Black Table podcast, they were actually guests on our show. She brought pizza, and I was sitting there. We're just talking, and she goes, "Oh, I bought pizza for everybody." I go, "Oh, you supplied us food. I will now protect you for the rest of your life. I will kill people for you.
I'll take a bullet for you."
I don't get shot for nobody.
Yeah, that's true.
Somebody, those hypothetical questions. Somebody hit me with, if somebody was shooting and your mama was there, and if you move and she get hit by the bullet, is it a fatal shot? Why does that matter? I need to know, because if I'm gonna take a bullet, unless it's fatal, she taking that bullet. Yo, mama, yeah. She gonna take that bullet if it's not a fatal shot. If it's fatal, I take the bullet. If it's not fatal, she gonna have to get winged or something.
I don't have that same mindset because I have shitty credit, so I'll just go ahead and take a shot.
No,
she can watch over my kid.
No, because it's something I always teach my mom about. Because I think my mom even asked me that, and I was like, "Is it a fatal shot?" She's like, "You want to protect your mother? I'll protect you, but you're talking about getting shot for you. There's a difference."
Yeah, I'll take a bullet. I'll take a bullet protecting you, but I ain't gonna like, hey man.
I will possibly take a bullet for you. That's how I put it.
Like, hey man, that's my girl. Fuck it, keep her.
Right? I ain't gonna like if we dating and he got a gun on me and he wants you.
He ain't even got to do all that. Like, hey, I'm dating her too. Oh, I guess you're the only one dating her now because it's over.
Oh no, you want to share? Oh yeah, what's up, buddy? What's up? Yeah.
I ain't sharing shit.
No.
Nah, hell no. I
don't believe in sharing.
Bro, I'm cheap.
Like that.
I'm cheap. I don't even pay attention.
Damn. I was about to say I'm cheap-ish. I'm a cheap date. You take me to McDonald's.
Bro, I said it on my Facebook and I'll say it on here. This economy gets any worse, I'm gonna start throwing quarters at these strippers.
Make it hell.
Make it hell on the most.
Fuck rain, it's hell.
Bruh, when she's not looking, I'm gonna pick up those dollars and throw them back at her and be like, I'm adding to it.
Nah, she gonna be mad when I'm trying to get change for a 20 though.
Bro, like, where she gonna be like, where the fuck you coming from? The arcade? Don't be judging me. Hey, look, I played Mrs. Pac-Man. Now I'm watching you be Mrs. Pac-Man. Now shut the fuck up and earn my money.
Yeah, I got some stories after we get off of here. Like, I got 1 or 2 stories for you on that one. But
I got something to share. All right, guys, thanks you for joining us. This is Don from the Black Table Podcast. If you haven't already, check out the Black Table Podcast on Facebook. They should be coming back this weekend.
Yeah, it should be this Sunday. We should be coming back. Also, for my art is Donde, DONDEDA, Dragon _art. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I post on my personal Facebook. I may make a page, not making guarantees on that one, but Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Also, if you hit up my Twitter, I do have pricing if you want to do like some character design or something of that nature. I also make logos for like certain prices depending on what you're looking for. So you can definitely hit me up on Twitter. I'll get back to you as soon as I get the messages. So Donde the Dragon _art.
Right. And also, if you haven't already started following us, you can follow us on Facebook. You can now follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Patreon, OnlyFans, Pornhub, MySpace. If you would like to donate to the channel, we take all forms of payment. We take cash. We take credit. We take debit. We take food stamps. We got you. We take Bitcoin. Yeah. We take Dogecoin.
I was about to say, oh yeah, my OnlyFans is fuck the cook. Yeah, you can hit me up on OnlyFans. No, I'm just playing.
Our OnlyFans is where we just record ourselves eating cereal.
Oh, well, eventually my OnlyFans, if I get bored enough, is gonna be nothing but food porn. I'm just be real like sensual with the
every
food.
Time. No, I can't hear that word no more. Every time I think of food porn, I think of Sausage Party.
Sorry, I had a conversation about that like 2 weeks ago. So yeah,
we had a conversation about that last week.
Oh Lord, why?
I can't never unsee that movie. And then just to make it worse, I made everybody that stayed in the hotel room with me at Onicon suffer and watch that shit as well. They didn't even watch the movie. I just skipped it all the way to that one fucking scene, and just made everybody's like, "What the fuck?"
Yep. Don't even watch the whole movie. Just make much of the scene. That's the best way to do it.
Because the whole, like, you literally, the movie, it's not even like the whole movie. It's not even important. It's like, it just, I don't know. I'm done. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Well, I'll see everybody tomorrow, and then we'll be back on Wednesday to talk about the Floyd Mayweather versus who the fuck is he fighting? Thick. Today's sponsor is Thick.
Logan Paul.
We're going to talk about boxing as a whole. We're going to talk about boxing and Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson. We're going to talk about all them guys because we need to talk more about sports because we can't just talk about anime because, you know,
branch out a little bit.
Yeah, we're called Geeks 5 Ever, not Anime 5 Ever. All right, guys. Everyone have a good night. See y'all tomorrow. Peace. Wait, no. Yeah.
Wait.
There it goes.